Welcome back, everybody. Today we are starting out at the entrance to my city, and right now there's not much here to be able to look at. But today we're going to change that because I've got a build that I want to do, and this build is going to transform not only this side of the city, but also this side as well. But for the design that I've come up with, we are going to need to collect a lot of blocks that are not only dangerous to collect, they're also pretty rare. And the block that we're talking about is gilded blackstone, which is just a fantastic block to be able to build with. It's just really hard to get because you have to go to the nether bastions and get a bunch from those. And you have to deal with mobs, not only just regular piglins, but you got the piglin brutes, who are probably one of the more dangerous mobs in the game. To prepare for our trip, I've brewed up all of these potions. So we've got potions of strength, we've got potions of regeneration, and then splash potions of healing, as well as some potions of fire resistance. In addition to the potions, we've also got the respawn anchor, and we're going to grab a stack of glowstone. We're going to use that just to make sure that if we die, we're going to have a way to get back to our gear relatively quickly. Although if we've died, things are not going well. And it may be risky to get back to our gear, but hopefully that won't come up. But I think we have everything that we need. Let's head into the nether and find some bastions. Here we go. We're at our first bastion. We've got our respawn anchor set up. We've got our potions all ready to go. I also have a golden apple. And let's see whether or not we're going to survive this trip. I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit risky, but already we've got some gilded blackstone right here. Our first one of the day. Oh, we've got our first piglins. Hello, my friends. We're going to just say goodbye to you. We don't even need the potions for those guys. Oh boy, we've got two coming in. Let's get our potions. Oh, no, go away. Go away. We don't want you. Oh, this is not good. We're getting shot at the same time. Risky, risky, risky. We got to dodge our arrows, dodge the arrows. Oh, nice. He took him out. Thank you so much. We've got some more chests over here. There are likely some piglin brutes in this area. Oh, perfect. Look at all of that. Excellent. Going to want to get the one that is there. And we're going to want this one. Oh, even more. We figured out the key. Make it so that they can't get to you. That's all we have to do. Oh my goodness, there's so many in there. This place is deadly. Chest. And gilded blackstone. Netherite upgrades. Perfect. Well, look at you two. Are you not just having the best time? Oh my goodness, we've got 3 now. That's not good. Go away. Go away. Where did that one come from? This area is a little bit more risky because there are holes in the ground and who knows what you could fall down into. We just gotta be careful. Okay. Can I reach? Oh no. Oh no, I can't reach them. Let's drop down to this level. We might be able to reach them this way. There we go. Now we can reach them. Oh my goodness. Somebody. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's not panic. Let's not panic. I'm panicking. We're panicking. That's not what we wanted. Not at all. Oh dear. I gotta get my stuff. Oh no. My ender chest is with me. I don't have a way to get to my stuff. This is not good. This is not good at all. I think I need a respawn outside of this place. Okay. All right, I'll let you kill me. I gotta get other gear. This is not good. I'm so nervous. Hurry, faster. Okay, we're back here. We can get some gear. That'll be better than what we currently have. There are... All right, good. Grab this. Let's grab this. Grab these. Grab these. And this is the one. Now, can we drop down, get my stuff, and fly out? That's what I'm thinking we're going to try to do. But there are probably just a crazy amount of mobs all around where our stuff is. There it all is. All right, let's just drop the... Oh dear, and they've got my stuff. Need to be as prepared as possible. Oh good, we've got our good sword. There we are. More things picked up. Swoop down, pick up, return. Swoop down, pick up, return. Oh dear. Oh dear. Nope, 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 no, no. Oh, that was close. I could have died. I did die. No, no, no. This is the worst. Rescue attempt number 2. Attempt number 2 did not go well. We're on to attempt number 3. Attempt number 3 went a little bit better, but I think for attempt number 4, we're going to have to get the bow out because this is just getting ridiculous at this point. All right, here we are. We're clearing him out. They picked up all my stuff. I'll get it back. That's my stuff. So the good news is that we ended up coming out of that fiasco only having lost some boots and our ender chest, which I can live with. I didn't want to lose any of our netherite gear, which we didn't. We didn't lose any of the gilded blackstone, which we had collected, so that's good. I think that was just about the best that we could have hoped for, given how many times we died and how rough that was. So we got our respawn anchor set. We've got our ender chest placed down and all of our backup gear placed inside of it. Let's clear out all of the gilded blackstone that we can find in this bastion. So by strip mining the foundation, we were able to collect up almost 3 stacks worth of gilded blackstone from this one bastion. And we've got a couple of shulker boxes worth of blackstone, which is excellent. But let's collect up everything that we have here. It's time to move on to the next one. To collect up all of the gilded blackstone that we're going to be using today, it took a little over 28 hours, and I had to go to over 20 different bastions to be able to get it all collected. But going through that process, I've learned a couple of things about the best way to collect gilded blackstone. The first is that you want to visit the bastions that are either the housing units, hoglin stables, or bridges. And then once you get to the bastions, you want to strip mine the foundations. And if you do that, you can collect about 2.5 stacks of gilded blackstone for each bastion. And as an added bonus, you get a lot of blackstone too. So in these 2 shulker boxes, we've got all of the gilded blackstone that we're going to need, and that was quite the process to be able to go through and get it all collected up. But not only did we get a lot of gilded blackstone, we've also got a lot of just regular blackstone that we were able to collect up too, which is good because we're going to need that for different building projects. But that process takes so long to get all of that collected. I'm not sure I'm going to be doing that again anytime in the immediate future. It's going to be a long time before I use gilded blackstone again. I say that now, but who knows? I may design something that really needs gilded blackstone and we may be out here doing it all over again. But which way to go home? I think it's that way. The other advantage of going through the nether bastions is that you can end up getting a little bit of ancient debris, and we were able to get not only ancient debris, but some netherite scraps, some netherite ingots, and netherite upgrades. And that's really useful because we have broken quite a few tools recently, and now we're going to be able to replace those. So let's just smelt up our ancient debris, turn the netherite scraps into netherite ingots, and convert our new diamond tools into new netherite tools. And with those additions, our toolbox is now completely full of netherite tools once again. With the gilded blackstone collected, the next thing that we need to do is start working out how we're going to shape the terrain, because the easy thing to do would be to have the terrain at the same level as the rest of the city. But I want to start switching that up a little bit and adding in more variation to what we're working with. So what I'm thinking we're going to do is have the entrance that we're building for the city be a little bit higher than what we have over here and what we have over on this side as well, because I think it'd be interesting to have it slope up so that we're a little bit higher than the city, and then you can sort of take in the city as you're coming in. Because I think this view of our city is pretty great, and I want to be able to keep that even though we're going to be adding in other things all around. The other thing that I'm thinking about doing is keeping a little bit of this hill. We might shave off some of the top of it, and we might expand it a little bit on this side as well, because we're going to be having buildings in between what we've already built and what we're adding in today. We're not going to get to those buildings today, but we're going to have that space prepared. So I think that's what we're going to do for the digging. Let's get started and we'll see how it goes. But first, we got to take care of these guys. I feel so much better now. Let's get to work. So this area is now looking significantly different to what it looked like before. We've got a lot dug out. The hill has now been flattened down a little bit. We've got our areas where we're going to be building all prepared and ready to go. And then around at the front, I've gone ahead and added in the curve for where the city wall is eventually going to go, which we've had the line here for a little bit. We've added in this side too. And I did that to be able to give us a better idea of what we're going to eventually have on this end. And then over on the opposite side of the city, we have the start of what we're going to be doing over here as well. I haven't expanded it as much as what we've done on the other side. I still have a bit more planning for what we're going to be doing around it. So I didn't want to do too much because otherwise we might have to change it at some point in the future. But from down here on this side, this is where we currently have the line for where the city wall will come up to. What I'm thinking we're going to end up doing is there's going to be a pretty large lake over here, sort of like what we've done over on the other side. We're going to have a bridge leading off from this road right here. So there'll be a bridge going across and a road leading up into the hills on that side as well. But those are all plans for much later. Right now, we've got a lot more building that we're going to need to do, and we've just got the foundation set. We need to get some blocks together. If you were to compare the amount of gilded blackstone that we collected with the total number of all of the other blocks that we need for this project, you would think that it would take longer to get all of the other blocks than it did to get the gilded blackstone. But that would not be correct, because it took longer to get the gilded blackstone than it did to collect all of the other blocks that we need for this project. Now we need quite a variety of blocks for this. Of course, there's going to be deep slate, that's a given, but we also needed a bunch of different types of leaves. We needed a couple different types of wood. We also needed copper and calcite and mushroom stem blocks, and we had to use the mud farm, which we just built in the last episode, to be able to get a lot of mud. But the reason it took less time to get all of these other types of blocks is because we have a couple of farms that help us get them, and we also had a lot in our storage room already. But all of that combined really helped to make it easy to get all of the blocks that we need. So having collected up all of these materials, I think this build has got just a little bit of everything that we've been using not only in our city, but some new blocks as well. And it's going to be a lot of fun to go through and get it all built. But now that we have everything collected up, you know what time it is. It's time to get started with the building. So let's get started. So now we can start to get an idea of what the entrance to our city is going to look like once it's completely done. There's still a lot more work that we're going to have to do to be able to get the city wall completed. We're going to be having some towers and gates going up here in this area as well. So this is not the final look, obviously, because we're just not going to have stone along here. That's really boring. But if we go up into this build, we can start taking a look at some of the details on it. Now for these cherry blossom leaf particles that we have up here, what I wanted these to do initially was to be able to have the particles from these leaves generate. Now we do get some of those particles, but we don't get a lot of them, and I think it's because we are so far away from them being down here that the particles just don't generate in. If you fly through here, a whole bunch of particles will generate. But because we're so far down, what I had to do instead was add in these candles and glass, and I think that that actually looks pretty good and helps make this feel just a little bit more magical. The other thing that you might notice is that inside these leaves, we have some frog lights, and that also adds some nice light to this build at night, which I think looks pretty good. But walking through here, you can see these are some pretty tall builds. Now down here, we've got some pools of water, and I added these in just to put in a little variety into the height of the build, add in some different layers to it, and I'm really happy with these. Add some natural life to this area as well, so it's not just all buildings. We've got some plants in here to help make it feel a little bit more alive. For our planters here, you can see we're keeping with our lodestones in there, but for the ones over here, I was experimenting using end rods, and I actually like these a lot. I probably won't go through the city and replace all of the lodestones because that would be quite the process, but we are going to start mixing in these combinations here, because this is just too good to pass up and only use in one spot. As you saw in the time lapse though, we didn't just build one entrance, we built another entrance over here, and this one is pretty much identical. One thing I like about the builds over on this side is that as you walk through, these massive structures block out most of the city around you until you walk through. And so as you walk out to this point, then the whole city opens up in front of you, and you can start to see all of the different locations. And I think it's a nice way to reveal what we've been working on in the city. But as always, the more that we add, the more it all starts to come together. And we're really starting to fill in the city and make it more complete. Until we take a look at it from up here, and then we see just how much more work needs to be done before this can be completed. But we are going to have to wait to worry about that for another day. For now, if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And until next time, see you later.